It is time for our weekly Mayor's Chat. Let's check in with St. Catharines Mayor Walter Sendzik. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Bob. Good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you too. I noticed you were showing off or getting a look at a mobile medical clinic downtown. How long is that available? And tell us about it.
All right, so that's from Reach Niagara, and it's one of 14 in the country. So TELUS has partnered with Reach Niagara to provide mobile medical support. So Dr. Stobie and his team of medical professionals are able to go to shelters, able to go out to places where people are struggling, living in the rough or experiencing homelessness and addictions, and is able to meet them in their space. And so this mobile unit, which is fully outfitted with all the latest medical equipment, starts to provide medical support right at the point of contact, instead of asking homeless people who are going through some significant challenges in their life to go find a medical practitioner, or go to the local ER department. This mobile unit is really about bringing the support to them when they need it the most. So it's a really important initiative for us, and we're proud of the work that Reach Niagara is doing.
Yeah, that's a great resource. What's the latest on the memorial statue of Private Watson? I think that was dealt with this week at Council.
Yeah, we're at a crossroads, if you will, Bob, and we're at a crossroads because in 2009 there was a report that the statue was crumbling and it was in need of significant repair, because it is a 125-year-old statue. And unfortunately, now 12 years later, after that council decided not to do anything, it's actually crumbling even more. And so it's either keep it there and repair it for $200,000 to $300,000, or move it to the Victoria Lawn Cemetery, where actual Private Watson is actually buried, and allow it to fall apart in a way that is respectful, but at the same time, if council doesn't want to invest in the dollars to keep it downtown in terms of revitalizing it, something has to be done, because we just can't leave it on City Hall property in the state that it is.
Well, there's also calls for the removal. He's a controversial figure, right?
It is, and this individual fought at the Battle of Patoche, and it was part of the Northwest Resistance. Some people call it a rebellion, but it was the resistance, and he was part of a militia that went in there and was taking land away from the Métis. And so it wasn't a proud moment in our history, and it's not a proud moment in Canadian history as well. And so having that individual move to his resting place at Victoria Lawn is more of a fitting way for that individual, but also for us to re-image City Hall as a place that's open and welcoming for everybody.
Right. Was there anything from this week's throne speech at Queen's Park of interest to St. Catharines or Niagara region?
Well, it's the support for the tourism sector is so important still, because it's been another challenging summer. It's also, we're looking for signals around continued support for the municipal costs around COVID-19, and we continue to experience increased costs around security. The province brought in the vaccine mandate, so that has increased our costs at our local facilities, and it's becoming a pressure point for us as municipalities to be able to afford these increased costs. So we're looking for the government to support us there, and also on childcare, Bob. We didn't hear anything in the throne speech about childcare. We're hoping that the province joins the federal initiative, just like other provinces have stepped up. And we got to get women back into the workforce and take that pressure of childcare off of the table, so that they can be gainfully employed back in the workforce to help us with our labor shortages that we're facing.
Yeah. Back to City Hall business. You're working with the Ministry of Transportation to get rid of graffiti. What's happening with that?
Anyone who drives through any community that has a 400 series highway, and then you have those sound barriers, which the MTO calls them, between residential areas and the highway. And boy, those are places where, for whatever reason, a lot of the people who like to do those taggings go to. And so they are blights in our community, and every time they're painted over, they're tagged again. And so what we're saying is, part of a climate change initiative as well, let's look at planting more trees and bushes along those corridors, not just here in St. Catharines, but they should be doing it across the province, and really providing an answer or a way forward on climate change by planting more trees, and at the same time getting rid of this blight in our community, because it makes it more difficult for taggers to tag if you can't see the tag.
Yeah, that's a nifty green solution to that issue. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about more issues next week. Good to see you again. Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, Bob, to you
Yes,
and everybody at
absolutely.
CH.
Happy Thanksgiving.